of the Warriors in Oakland, California, live on 2K Sports. And now a quick check of our starting lineups for both teams. And as we take a look here at Brook Lopez, guys, give us some thoughts.
Well, it didn't take long for Brook Lopez to become a factor in the middle. As soon as he came into this league, he was scoring and rebounding at a pretty good rate. And, you know, you watch him, he's not overwhelming, but he's got a nice set of low post moves, and he's athletic enough to get those shots off from either block.
Something else with Brook, Steve, is he's such a consistent player that it's very hard for him to have an off game. His game doesn't fluctuate a whole lot. He's pretty steady. He'll find a way to score either from the line with his excellent free throw shooting or with his back to the basket.
Last game for the Warriors, the loss to the Lakers.
I thought overall, Kevin, it was mostly the defensive effort that hurt them. Just no energy, no purpose.
Steve, I thought they were late on their rotations. They didn't really communicate well, and as a result, they paid for it. Well, you know, you look at LeBron James, maybe more than any other player in NBA history, he's great in a way that transcends position. Size, skill, savvy, know-how. I mean, he's got it all. Wow, he was just wide open there. That's way too easy.
Phillips kicks to LeBron. Pass to Green. Shoots. The rebound by Gibson. Now we're going to talk about LeBron's ability to really play any position on the floor. When you look back, has Steve there ever been a player you could say that about?
I'm not sure if you could say that about both ends of the floor. I mean, there's a lot of great defensive players who could guard everybody. Scottie Pippen or Dennis Rodman. Offensively, Magic Johnson could play any position he wanted, but to be able to do so at both ends is what separates LeBron James.
And here is Billups after the 3 moments ago from Luol Deng.
He certainly didn't take advantage of the poor defense, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
No, that's for sure, because this guy's too good of a shooter to miss that look consistently.
Now here's Deng. Right now averaging 11 points a game. Fader on the way. Verjao comes up with the rebound.
Defense better not make a habit of giving him that shot. I mean, he doesn't miss many of them.
Well, for the Portland Trailblazers, a new training staff hired over from Oklahoma City. They let go of their previous trainer who'd been with the team for 19 seasons. You know, fair or not, I think the seat got hot after all the injuries that were really devastating this team.
That is good.
And a pleasure to watch him work at that end of the floor.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Well, guys, the head coach for the Portland Trailblazers gave me just a couple of minutes. Coach said that even though this is the first meeting of the year, he didn't expect there to be much of a feeling out period between the teams. He said, listen, we have a group of guys that can all score and do it in a hurry. I expect us to come right at them and test their defense early on. They'll definitely be on the attack, guys.
Okay, Doris, well, the offensive approach, a primary force in the game plan today, guys.
As it should be, Kevin. I mean, they're the type of team where if they can get their offense clicking, everything else falls into place.
Exactly. For them, more than most teams, so much depends on the effectiveness of their offense. It usually is the beginning of their best defense.
And for the Blazers, statistically the most injured team in the NBA, Clark, from 2009 through 2012.
And the new training staff is advanced in not just injury treatment, but injury prevention. And that's key, using strength bands, recording baseline measurements for muscle strength and flexibility, even using Eastern medicine. So they're not leaving any stone unturned.
He kicks to Chalmers. Clock at 4. The offensive rebound. And LeBron throws it down.
Tell you what, coaches love to see that kind of hustle, guys. I mean, getting after it on the offensive board, that's always a winning play.
Absolutely.
Now, coaches love to see the hustle, but the fans love to see the dunk.
They grab their own miss. Tries again. And that basket is going to count. Goaltending, the official call.
He got there late, but you do have to like the aggressiveness to go after the block. But that one's going to count.
And that call gets an instant reaction from the fans.
Well, that's a whistle that did not go over very well.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. Martin with the bucket.
Good job creating just enough space to let that one fly.
And Bell kicks to Beatrice. Back to Bell. stolen by Martin. One-on-one fast break. Snatched up. Aminu, the pass to Adati. Beatrice with the steal. Lewis gets the bucket. Lewis has got his first 2 points of the night. Golden State's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Here's Chalmers, and that's off the glass and in.
Boy, it was an impressive turnaround for Mark Jackson and the Warriors last season. I mean, his promise of making the playoffs didn't come together in his first season at the Controls, but in year 2, they got it done. And I tell you what, most thought Mark would be a really outstanding coach, and he's well on his way to making that a reality. No way to mess that one up, Kevin. I mean, he powered it down with both hands.
Not this guy. He is a superb finisher.
Man, he is an absolute force when he gets near the hoop.
Now, here's Chalmers. The Warriors shooting their initial free throws of the game right here.
Well, we got to give this club some credit because for the season, they're shooting 82% as a team.
One of the things they've done, guys, is taken pride in their free throw shooting this season, and rightfully so.
And both free throws good for LeBron. Trailblazers have gone 5 of 9 from the field here in the first. Williams with the ball. Right now averaging 11 points a game. Bell. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. LeBron's got 4 rebounds now tonight. And for Mark Jackson, there have been some questions. He had never spent time as a coach, even as an assistant. I guess the question was, Steve, would he be able to take over the reins as a head coach?
Well, the biggest thing you want to do as an NBA coach is have your players buy into what you're selling. And Mark Jackson's been able to do that. His players believe in him. He motivates them. They like playing for him. And that's most of the battle right there.
Anderson Varejau's checked in for Golden State. Cephalosha comes in for LeBron.
Boy, nice one-man fast break on that one.
Sure was. A stylish finish to cap it off, too.
Took him no time at all on that one. Martin's got 5 points so far. Bell dishes to Beatrice. Outside Williams. Out of bounds. Golden State takes possession. Here we are in November. Let's see how things are shaking out in the West early in the season. You look at Portland. And, of course, there's the Warriors. They're tied right now. Williams against Chalmers. Dishes it to Cephalosha. Back to Chalmers. Teardrop shot. The shot is off. And the Trailblazers going the other way. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Chicago. And Mario Chalmers gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. So Portland ends up going with the new group. Back to Harden. Now the feed to Gibson. Passes it to Collison. The Trailblazers rebound. And Sanders kicks to Gibson. Harden. Second chance shot. And he hits the jumper for 2. Harden's got his second basket of the game. The Warriors trailing. And this game, the first chance they've had to see Portland.
Well, they were unbeaten against this opponent last season. Not surprising, considering where they both finished in the standings.
And Chalmers kicks to Aminu. Gibson on him. Shot clock at 6. A fader. Offensive rebound. Cephalosha. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
Boy, where was the box out? Too easy on that second chance opportunity.
Yeah, no box out is what happened there. Those kind of mistakes on the glass will kill a team.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Brook Lopez is checked in for Varejao. Murphy comes in for Al Farouk Aminu. Francisco Garcia, he's checked in for Kevin Martin. And Chauncey Billups is subbed in for Mario Chalmers. Quickly going back to what Steve just said, they brushed this team aside easily last year. And maybe Clark their favorite opponent to face.
Well, I think that probably was the case. I mean, they made the most of their opportunities against a team that really struggled. They had the upper hand clearly.
Now here's Billups. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. And the shot is good.
You know, it went down guys, but still unusual to go to the leaner there with so much space around him.
Harden kicks to Sanders. The dish to Gibson. Knocks it loose. Feeds it to Collison. Cans the shot from the wing.
What a start to this game. The offense is both dominating.
Tell you what, feels like a game on the playground. Forget about defense, just keep firing.
Well, this Warriors ownership group has really energized the franchise. They've been very proactive. They purchased the D-League team from Dakota. Plans to move them to Santa Cruz, about an hour south of Oakland. And in order to accommodate the team's home games, they built a new 3,000-seat arena in a matter of months.
Back to Dang. No one near him. That falls. Great assist by Darren Collison.
And guys, Deng has developed into a very good shooter, especially off spot ups or maybe one dribble pull-ups. He's got range. He's developed that out to the three-point line, but he really likes to go to that mid-range area. One or two dribbles into the paint, he'll rise up and shoot right over the top.
But you know what I like about him most, Steve? Deng is a very well-balanced player. He does a lot of good things offensively, but he's just as good at the defensive end. He's a big key to his team's tough defense.
Took the opportunity when he saw it. Now it's a 3-point Trailblazer lead.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
I just love the mentality they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing anything. They're moving it side to side and working to get a good shot.
Trailblazers leading by 3. Outside Collison. The pass to Sanders. He feeds it to Harden. A floater. Smooth as silk on the finger roll. Harden's got 6 points.
Not trying to rattle any rims or racks there. Just up and in with the finger roll.
And so the first quarter is in the books. Trailblazers. And we welcome you back to the NBA here on 2K Sports. Just tuning in, this is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. And we're ready to get going once more. The players having a chance to have a short break and get some rest themselves and get refueled and hydrated with some Gatorade. More terrific basketball in store for us tonight. All right, well, look at how the hustle game has been going for the Trailblazers.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught them off guard. Playing airtight defense and coming up with the steal.
And the offensive rebounding has been really impressive so far as well. So I really like this team's effort tonight.
They've got Brooke Lopez, Willie Green out there at Chauncey Billups, and it's LeBron James, and it's Varejao in at power forward. That's the group for the Golden State Warriors to start the second quarter. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, Doris Griffin. Doris, over to you.
Yes. Guys, it's hard to doubt that LeBron James, after 2 straight titles and 4 MVPs in the last 5 years, seems to be at the top of his game. LeBron candidly said, quote, "I'm at my highest peak. I don't know if I can continue to improve." But he certainly remains motivated, saying, quote, "At the end of the day, I have a goal to be the best of all time, and I'm going to put that pressure on myself." And Kevin, if he can just stay at this level for a long period of time, he may get there.
I like his chances. Thanks. And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here.
Well, a lot of basketball pundits, so to speak, would like to eliminate lottery pick protection outside the top 3 from trades. They feel it gives teams too strong an incentive to tank. You look at the Blazers last season, they owed their pick to the Bobcats if it was 13th or lower, and they finished the season 8-26 after going 500 at that point. So maybe a little suspicious.
Andres Biedrins is checked in for Larry Sanders. Varejao can't hit. Trailblazers leading by 7. Harden gets a screen from Spates. Floats one. James Harden again. Harden's got 10. Well, Clark, going back to the Blazers, they finished the season among the worst defensive teams in the entire league.
And that's where they've got to improve, Kevin. They did a decent job denying looks on the perimeter, but they didn't get blocks or steals, so not a real force defensively. And among the worst in fast break points and points in the paint as well, so they clearly have some areas they can shore up.
Here is Harden following the basket by LeBron James. Dang passes to Collison. Count the buckets. Collison's got 4 points this quarter.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
The outside leaner, and too long on the shot.
I'd rather see him just pull straight up. He went for that leaner and seemed to be off balance a bit. You know, never easy to come back from a torn Achilles, but Chauncey Billups did a pretty nice job of doing so last year after the Achilles shelved him for most of the 2011-12 season.
And going back to Chauncey, he played 22 games last year, but it was amazing he was able to come back at all.
And Kevin, it helped that he was on a team where he almost never had to be the primary ball handler. That would have put a lot more pressure on that Achilles. But even though he moved okay, his numbers were down, and you have to wonder how many more years he has left.
And the Warriors making a change here. Martin's checked in. Now here's Green, averaging 6 points per contest. And you know that's going to be goaltending, guys, so that's a free basket right there.
He thought he had that one clean, but the refs saw it differently. They'll count the basket.
Rashard Lewis, he's checked in for Luol Deng. Williams gets a screen from Spates. And here's Bell from the arc. The basket is good off the assist from Williams. Bell's got 5.
This is outrageous. Every shot they're taking right now seems to be finding the mark.
Literally every shot. They are absolutely rolling.
And now the fast break. Bell with the ball. He gets the shot to fall, and the defender wasn't set. He's called for the block and a three-point play chance here.
I'd say that fast break went according to plan.
Yeah, it sure did. A good job getting it started and a better job finishing it off.
The Trailblazers shooting their 5th attempt at the line in the game.
And as a team, they're shooting about 75% on the year.
Guys, their free throw shooting has slipped a bit since last year, but not really to the point where they should be overly concerned about it.
LeBron can't get it to go. Here's the Trailblazers with the ball. They're on a 16-4 run. Williams with the ball, now guarded by Mario Chalmers. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
And a moment to check out LeBron James here. Great work over the last month. 3rd in scoring. And, you know, when he gets to the free throw line, he makes the most of it. He's ranked in the top 20 in free throw percentage.
And, Steve, you mentioned his unbelievable points per game ranking. I mean, this guy is a guy I would call buckets. Well, Blazers coach Terry Stotts is a branch on the tree of head coach George Karl, and that's a pretty good tree to be on. In his playing days, Karl coached Stotts in the CBA, and actually Stotts had a pretty good career in Europe.
16 seconds on the shot clock.
Well, some of the big men in the league didn't mind drifting out and letting it fly from deep. Here are the best three-point shooters, centers, and power forwards. You look at Lewis, 2nd in the league, extremely accurate from beyond the arc.
So much value in having a big man who can step away from the hoop to draw bigger defenders out there. It really opens up the floor for the team.
Yeah, I think it makes it easier for everybody when you've got a guy who's capable of spacing the floor because of his accuracy from three-point range.
And for Terry Stotts, after his playing days, he coached as an assistant with George Karl, both in the CBA and then with the Sonics and the Bucks.
And over 2 decades of coaching experience, Kevin. This is his 6th season overall as an NBA head coach. Remember, he coached the Hawks as well as the head man. But I thought did a nice job with Portland last season.
So timeout called here, the first for Portland.
Well, you look at the turnaround last season for Golden State. A lot of it has to do with the steadying presence of Jarrett Jack and Carl Landry off the bench. Both players brought a toughness and a level of competitiveness that was maybe missing from the Warriors the year before.
Now here's Williams. 5 points in the game. Out of bounds, Trailblazers ball as Portland keeps possession. For the Trailblazers, Luol Deng is checked in for Lewis. Harden comes in for Raja Bell. And it's Collison in for Terrence Williams. Here's Deng. Back to Gibson. Here's Sanders. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
He is one guy you do not stand in the way of when he decides to attack the rim.
And Chalmers kicks to Martin. He passes to Murphy. Tries to save it. And that'll be Golden State as it goes out of bounds. Warriors retain possession. And for the Warriors, such an impressive turnaround last season, but financial constraints, you know, Clark, make it tricky for them, make it tricky for anybody. Keep teams together.
Well said, but I give the ownership credit for making the commitments necessary to put themselves in a good position going forward, Kevin. After such an impressive postseason showing, I think they want to continue that momentum. Well, I think Larry Sanders is one of the most improved players in the league, guys. I don't know where you stand on it, but, you know, he led the league in ejections, too, with 5. He's got to control and manage his emotions a little better.
Sanders hits them both. Back to Sanders, he said he's taking steps to keep his composure, not getting to other players and feel the wrath of officials. Those technicals were piling up.
Well, Kevin, he's already made some nice strides in his approach to the game, just eating right, getting to the gym early. You really have to learn how to become a professional, and I think Sanders has made that next step.
Different look here for the Warriors. Brook Lopez is checked in for Murphy. LeBron comes in for Cephalosha. Willie Green's checked in for Kevin Martin. And Chauncey Billups is subbed in for Mario Chalmers. From the sideline, let's catch up with Doris Burke.
Well, gentlemen, an impressive defensive turnaround for the Golden State Warriors last season under head coach Mark Jackson. Jackson said, quote, "You don't stumble into being a very good defensive team. It comes through repetition and drilling it. I've got a great group that totally buys in and is committed." Guys, he's reshaped the identity of this ball club, and the players have responded.
Well, Doris, he's really talked a lot about changing the culture. Another example there. Collison, no good. Warriors trail by 14. Cephalosha dishes to Billups. Verajao setting the pick for Billups. And again, it's the Warriors missing.
He's killing them with his poor shooting. The defense is more than willing to give him those shots now.
Left side, Dang. A second chance effort. And yes, sir, that one drops. Sanders has got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
It took him a little while to get into the flow of this game, but now he's definitely found his stride and rhythm.
Now a timeout called by Golden State.
Guys, it's no surprise that a young team like the Blazers found it difficult sledding on the road. Not quite the experience or edge needed to put together good performances on a nightly basis away from home.
For the Trailblazers, Rashard Lewis. He's checked in for Gibson. Chris Copeland comes in for Larry Sanders. And it's Bell in for James Harden. Here's Lopez. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. And Lou Alday gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. Well, for the Blazers, statistically, they played as close as you could ask for as to when they played at home, but they didn't really have the roster to protect the rim and Steve forced turnovers, which is always a big help on the road.
Yeah, their interior defense was a problem last year. A lot of teams just ate them up, particularly when Portland would go out on the road. That's one of the reasons they finished 11-30. You have to be able to defend at a high level to win away from home.
Now Chalmers, following the three-point attempt by Terrence Williams. LeBron's shot is good.
I like the offensive awareness to exploit that lack of coverage on that play.
Now here's Williams. 5 points in the game. Copeland, here's the 3. Hits the bucket.
Yeah, and he's a bomber. I mean, that's what I love about him. He's as good a three-point shooter as you'll see, and of course has the green light to let it fly anytime he wants.
And Steve, you know, his ability to come in and rattle off 10, 20 points in no time flat, that's a gift and a real asset for any team. Some guys need a while to get going, not him.
And the dunk by Lopez. Well, as far as the defense goes, but that is not what's going to keep them in this lead.
Yeah, but from the other perspective, you can see just how much that dunk pumped those players up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I agree, guys. I sense a little bit of a momentum shift here.
That foul is really going to hurt him in the second half. I mean, he's got to sit and may have to be off the floor for a long time, and they'll miss everything he brings to their team. I mean, he's active, he's aggressive, he's smart, he's tough. I mean, they're going to miss his presence significantly.
Catching up on the changes for Golden State. Haddadi's checked in, and Chauncey Billups has subbed in for Mario Chalmers. LeBron passes to Martin. Just 5 to shoot. Shot on the wing. Misses off the right iron.
And that'll increase their rebound advantage. They've definitely been winning that battle on the board.
Well, the main thing is they haven't allowed many second chance opportunities. That is always going to allow you to maintain your lead.
Bell's shot is good. Warriors trail by 14. Outside Billups. Back to LeBron. Another miss by LeBron. Portland's gone 2 for 5 from three-point land since the end of the first. And Bell kicks to Copa. Launches a three. And the Trailblazers another three.
A little bit of a defensive breakdown there. He's not the guy you want to leave open on the perimeter. You've got to stay attached to him.
Pass to LeBron. Releases. And yes, a nice assist from Billups. And that's 15 points for LeBron.
You know, if you were only looking at the way he's played offensively, you'd think his team would be ahead.
Kicks to Copeland from about 19 feet. Again, the Trailblazers good for 2.
And he's starting to pick things up here after a tough first quarter.
LeBron kicks to Billups. Williams with the steal. By himself, throws down the breakaway jam.
Textbook example there of how to use defense to create offense.
Yeah, beautiful transition play after the steal all the way to the basket.
Wasted no time going from defense to offense.
Yeah, it feels like they're starting to pick up the intensity as the game itself starts to get a little more tight and close.
And that one's good. And that's 11 points for Kevin Martin.
He's on a nice pace now from the three-point line. 1 in the first quarter and now 2 coming here in the second.
Here's Williams. 7 points in the game. Lewis misses. Billups goes in. And released it in time, but it's off the mark. A dominating first half of basketball, and so far hasn't been close. Portland out in front, up by 16. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here.
The game is back.
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. What can you say? LeBron James, what an impressive effort today.
Well, he created a lot of opportunities for himself in the first couple of quarters. And tell you what, he was smart with his shot making, too. Really took good ones.
You know, points per shot attempted is really one of the undervalued stats in the game, and it's a real measurement of efficient scoring.
On the floor for Portland, Taj Gibson is out there with Dang. That's Harden. And there's Collison. And it's Sanders in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
In my opinion, Brook Lopez, guys, quite possibly is the best scoring 7-footer in the game. I mean, he has terrific skills on the low block. And he's able to step out and knock that outside shot down from out to the three-point line.
And for Brook Lopez last season, Steve, almost 20 points a game, shooting over 50%.
His best season ever, Kevin. I think he's really evolved into one of the top centers in the league. A big-time elite interior threat. And as you know, that's kind of rare these days in the NBA.
Al Farouk Aminu, he's checked in for Golden State. And about a minute of action so far in the third quarter. Harden dishes to Sanders. 5 to shoot. Lopez is there. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. Collison, no good.
Nobody near him. He'll normally make that one.
The drive by Green. He dishes it to Aminu. LeBron James on the wing. Lopez, Sanders covering. Second shot opportunity. And Lopez with the nice bucket inside. Lopez has got 6 points.
Another good offensive possession for him. He's trying to shoulder the load here for his team.
Well, the Warriors going to the playoffs last season for just the second time in 19 seasons, guys. Pretty incredible and remarkable, too. But it seems, as Mark Jackson said, that things be a-changing in the Bay Area, and for the better.
Green with the ball. And it's Harden picking him up. And the rejection by Harden. Lopez, no luck.
Well, that's a lot of bricks by them early in the second. Only one make on 5 tries so far in the second half. How about that? Breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk.
A nice way to pad that lead a little more.
Yeah, you got that right.
Knocked away. Pass to LeBron. And they will get the basket here, folks, as they rule goaltending.
He almost got to that shot in time, but not quite. You can't touch the ball once it's on the way down.
And here's Collison. 12 points for him. Collison off the pick from Gibson. It's Harden with the drive. Here's Sanders. The shot is off. Good D by Lopez.
You know, he can be a little hesitant near the rim. We saw it there. If the defense offers just a little bit of resistance, he doesn't take it up quite strong enough.
Then kicks to Collison. Harden outside. Fires from the wing. That falls. Great assist by Darren Collison. Collison's got his 5th assist in this one. Outside Billups. He kicks it to LeBron. He's against Collison. LeBron passes to Billups. Golden State needs to get off a shot. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation.
A moment here now to see the numbers for LeBron James. What a string of games he's put together here lately. I mean, he's in high gear. Check out the stats. 1st in scoring, 16th in shooting percentage. And, you know, when he gets to the free throw line, he makes the most of it. He's ranked in the top 20 in free throw percentage.
And, Steve, we really can't gloss over his ranking as the top scorer in the NBA. I mean, he's the one guy you don't want to see coming out of the opposing locker room.
I'll tell you what, he's made more than a few of those in his career.
Warriors call it.
Now a timeout called by Golden State.
You know, guys, Portland had one of the worst benches in the history of the league last season. You know, they didn't get much contribution there. It was almost like they went into every game playing 5 versus 12.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Andres Biedrins, he's checked in for Sanders. Spates comes in for Taj Gibson. Rashard Lewis, he's checked in for Luol Deng. And it's Bell in for James Harden. And there's Mario Chalmers on the assist from Cephalosha. Chalmers has got his 2nd basket. Well, as Clark was talking about when referring to the Blazers, the bench scoring was a big problem for him as they didn't have anyone really outside their starting 5 that Steve could be counted on for 7 points or more a game.
Yeah, look, the NBA game is 48 minutes long. It's tough to survive for those full 4 quarters when you have no offensive punch off the bench. But I think this offseason they added a lot of firepower, a lot of scoring in reserve, and we'll see if that makes a difference for this team this year.
Williams with the ball, now guarded by Cephalosha. Back to Williams. Fires from 18. Varejao comes up with the rebound. Varejao's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Chalmers against Williams. All alone. Biedrins pulls it in. Biedrins has got his 3rd rebound on the night.
That's something they need to do more of. Get after it on the glass. Go get those boards.
Any extra possessions that you can get, either through steals or rebounds, are so critical in this game.
Tell you what, he's not an easy guy to stop when he's got his sight on the rim.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
And I love how he goes with that one-hand tomahawk slam. Beautiful.
Varejao with a screen on Bell. And the foul on Terrence Williams. That's foul number 2 for him.
Yeah, you know, these calls can be some of the toughest in the game for the officials.
It all happened so fast, but I really think that was the right call. The defender was not really set in that situation.
Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
I like the way they got the ball inside there.
Portland leading by 14. Lays it in without an inch of room around him. Williams has got 11 points. Warriors have gone a somewhat subpar 4 of 10 on their shots in the second half so far. And Chalmers kicks to Cephalosha. Chalmers. Outside Martin. 13 feet away. And it's Golden State with another. The Trailblazers have gone 5 of 12 from the field since the third quarter got underway. Williams with the ball. Al-Farouq Amino covering. And for 3, Bell. Out of bounds. Golden State takes possession. Well, here's a group now that knows how to orchestrate from the wing. The top passing small forwards in the NBA during the past 10 games. LeBron James, number 1. Second is Terrence Williams.
And these are some of the best teammates you're ever going to want. Very unselfish guys at a position that sometimes puts more of an emphasis on individual play.
Most of those guys can take matters into their own hands if they need to. But like you pointed out, Steve, that's not their MO. That's not how they want to roll. They want all 5 players on the floor to be involved in the offense, and that's what they want to facilitate.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Harry Sanders is checked in for Biedrich. Gibson comes in for Maurice Spates. And it's Dang in for Rashard Lewis.
Easy little jump shot for him right there, guys.
Well, LeBron James was probably his best season statistically a year ago. I don't think there's any question about it, guys. I mean, certainly it was his most efficient offensive season. I mean, he had career highs of 56% shooting from the floor and 41% from long range. I don't know if we've seen a player of his size put together those kinds of numbers with the types of shots that he takes. I mean, just absolutely stunning what he did in terms of his efficiency last season.
Dishes it to Hart. Portland, no good that time either.
In this quarter, he's really been off the mark. He just looks a little bit unsettled.
And for LeBron James, this season before last, he really focused on scoring in the post. You know, Steve, using his size and strength.
And we've seen his field goal percentage climb as a result. The low post work, I think the selection, too. He shoots fewer three-pointers, but a higher percentage. So now, you know, how do you guard the guy? He's got everything in the package.
Dang can't get it to go.
He's still looking for his first three-pointer of the second half after making just one in the first.
Back to LeBron. From 13, that's good. They got on this roll a while ago, and they just haven't looked back.
Really hard to find fault with anything he's doing this quarter, at least at the offensive end.
Harden with it. He's picked up by LeBron. Collison dishes to Sanders. Back to Collison. The feed to Harden. 6 to shoot. Passes it to Gibson. Another miss, and they've really hit a rough patch here. LeBron outside. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
Oh, man, they needed a run to get back into this game, and they got it.
And a good one, defensively and offensively. It's been a terrific stretch for him.
Harden outside, and stolen by LeBron. Jumps up. The big dunk at the end of the break.
With that reverse jam, the fans got a little extra show there.
That one definitely had something, you're right, extra on it.
That was one of those 3 or 4 plays that you see every night in an NBA game that just leaves you in awe.
Deep 2 from Collison, and it's off the back rim, no good.
They've been able to get out to this lead without really getting a very reliable performance out of him from the field.
LeBron, good.
Man, he has been their unquestioned leader offensively this quarter.
So timeout called here, the first for Portland.
You know, it's funny, you look at the Golden State Warriors, they've had the third best home court advantage in the league over the last decade or so. Only the Rocky Mountain teams, Denver and Utah, were better. At Oracle, it's not the altitude, it's the crowd. One of the best in all of the NBA.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. The Trailblazers leading by 4. Harden outside. They need this one. And the basket good.
Brought back the finger roll. That's a nice finesse move to pull off with the defense all over it.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
Well, you got to admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season, shooting better than 90% from the stripe.
You know, even in games where he hasn't been at his best this season, I mean, he still managed to get it done at the charity stripe when he gets his opportunities.
And Chalmers kicks to Lopez. Be a drench on him. Just 5 on the clock. 14 feet away. They get it back. LeBron passes to Lopez. And that'll be Golden State as it goes out of bounds. Warriors retain possession.
Now, that pass had just a little bit too much heat on it for him to make a clean steal.
Yeah, I think it would have been a tough catch for either of them.
Yeah, the defender draped all over him.
Pretty plain and simple. Got him good there.
The Warriors have been on target from the free throw line. They're 5 of 5 in that department.
Yeah, this is a very good free throw shooting team, guys. I mean, you look at the numbers, impressive.
And that's a little better than they did last year from the free throw line.
It's Harden with the drive. Ooh, offline. And we've reached the end of the third. Trailblazers lead by 5. And fourth quarter basketball will be coming your way on 2K. All right, we welcome you back to what's been a hard-fought battle. Fourth quarter should be good. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Trailblazers.
Well, the great passing we saw in the first half has carried right over into the second.
They've worked hard tonight at crashing the boards as well. They've had a bunch of second-chance points.
Chalmers is out there with Cephalosha. Then it's Brook Lopez. Then there's Al Farouk Aminu. And it's LeBron in at the 3 spot. So that's the group out there for Golden State. And here we go with Collison running it up the court. LeBron outside. Count that one. LeBron's got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for the Warriors. Now Collison. There's the dish to Gibson. Feeds to Sanders. And the pass to Harden. And there's the call on James. That's his first foul.
Tough break for the defense. He took the heat and drew the whistle.
Yep, but when you get there late, that's what happens.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Green comes in for LeBron. And Chauncey Billups has subbed in for Mario Chalmers. And there's a whistle. That's going to go on James Harden. That is his first foul of the game. And there's the foul, and Darren Collison picks it up. That is his first foul of the game.
Second team foul.
A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone right now. Green dishes to Lopez. Stolen by Collison.
Heads up interior defense there. He was ready for that entry pass.
Takes a 3, and the shot is good. And the Trailblazers lead by 6.
And now both of these clubs really in a groove here.
Already a high-scoring game, but it has become an offensive showcase down the stretch.
Outside, Billups. 6 on the shot clock. Green kicks to Billups. On the wing. And it's Portland with the rebound. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead on the wing gang. Back to Harden. Harden left side. From downtown. That doesn't go either for Collison. Warriors trail by 6. Green passes to Lopez. Timeout called the Warriors. You have to like what we're seeing from Darren Collison.
They need to make some adjustments because he's absolutely scorching.
An almost entirely new group there for Portland. Andres Biedrins, who's checked in for Sanders. Spates comes in for Taj Gibson. Raja Bell, he's checked in for James Harden. And Terrence Williams subbed in for Darren Collison. All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Thank you, Kevin. Mark Jackson had some words for his team over that break. He laid out the X's and O's and told them, we're still alive, guys. We've just got to work together, trust each other, and play our backsides off. Kevin, we'll see if they've got enough in the tank to get over the top.
Back to Dang. Oh, went in there and tried to power it down, but drew contact. He'll head to the line. That's on El Farouk Aminu.
Well, Luol Deng, originally from South Sudan, his family moved to London when he was a teen, and then for him, going to the United States, a worldly player for sure, and he's been involved in a lot of causes, both here in the U.S. and internationally.
LeBron against Dang. The drive by LeBron. And Luol Deng pulls it down.
Usually, if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
Williams. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Williams gets a screen from Biedrins. It's tipped. Stolen by Varejao. And Chalmers kicks to Varejao. That's tipped. Uses both hands to slam it down. This game is going to take a big swing. Clark, if the D continues to clear out like that and give up easy dunks.
Yeah, that's the kind of defense we expect to see in a blowout, Kevin, or even an exhibition game, not a close game like this.
How frustrated Steve is over
Well, I just, you know what, come on, I just like that he didn't choose to just lay it up there. I mean, he threw it down with force.
Here's Martin, and he gets off the fast break with a monster slam.
Boy, I love it. Active hands on the steal, active feet on the fast break.
And Clark power on the dunk.
And guys, this is just too close of a game to be giving the ball up like that and then failing to get back in transition.
He feeds it to Bell, and it's going to be a 3-second call.
You know, sometimes the intensity of the game can lead to brain-neutral plays like that, guys.
Chalmers with it. Back to LeBron. And the dunk to finish it off. Beauty.
Tell you what, LeBron can absolutely soar in for the finish. I remember last year, the alley-oop in the conference finals against Indiana just almost put his head on the rim.
Air freight is a nickname we could dub LeBron James. I mean, he's an unstoppable force and an immovable object. Defensively, the strength, length, mobility. He can wall you up and lock you down and put you away. How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
Well, that's how you send it. 2 hands and hammer it down.
Warriors trail by 3. He's covered by Deng. LeBron kicks to Chalmers. Back to LeBron. Biedrins with the block. Williams against Varejao.
Oh, man, what a play. And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now.
Clark, there is a swagger out here on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
That's right.
Those are phenomenal dunks to watch. So much fun.
Timeout called the Warriors. A different look now for Portland. Sanders comes in for Andres Biedrins. And Taj Gibson is subbed in for Maurice Spates. Pass to Garcia. And it comes off the front of the rim. Trailblazers leading by 5. Williams kicks to Gibson. He passes it to Harden. He dishes it to Collison. Williams can't get it to go. Nice D from Garcia. And up the court come the Warriors on the break. Chalmers running. Back to LeBron. Kicks it to Lopez. To the middle. Rejected by Sanders. Outside Williams. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Yeah, he went for a little extra on that one.
Well, he usually doesn't finish soft. Obviously, you know, he can when necessary, sure, but not that time.
Not when he can look out.
Even when they're down, he's still looking to do the spectacular. And he pulled it off.
Well, maybe this is the best time to do it.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, now's when they need a little spark anyway.
Collison kicks to Harden. That falls. Great assist by Darren Collison. Collison's got 6 assists in the game. Pass to LeBron. Back to Chalmers. He kicks to Garcia. Dishes it to Chalmers. The 3. Gets it to go.
How about that? They respond to a three-pointer with a quick 3 of their own.
Yeah, terrific. Great back-and-forth sequence right there.
Harden dishes to Sanders. Back to Harden. Harden right side. No good, and tight defense there bothered that shot. From deep three-point range, and another 3 for Golden State.
You know, sometimes you don't like to see guys pull up from three-point range on the break, but for him, with nobody on him, that's a pretty good shot. He is an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
You know, he picks the simple one-handed stuff to get the 2 points.
And those could be an important 2 points, too, guys, in a close game like this one.
And it's the Trailblazers on the break. Williams' shot is off.
If they could end every possession with that shot, they'd be happy. 9 times out of 10, that's an easy layup for them.
Garcia's shot is good.
This has really become an intense ball game ever since halftime.
Boy, the effort from both teams here, Steve, is terrific.
Harden the pass to Collison. Back to Harden. Lets it go from the wing. The Warriors pull it in. Bergeau's got 7 rebounds in the game. Chalmers against Collison. And Chalmers kicks to LeBron to tie it up. And he hits it to tie the game up. LeBron's got 35.
That's how you get the crowd on its feet.
Huge bucket.
They've been waiting for that one, guys.
And the basket by Collison. Boy, that was a big shot.
And that one just flattened this crowd, Kevin.
Man, nothing you can do as a fan after a shot like that. Just shake your head.
Timeout called the Warriors. They're losing by 2. 1:21 left in the 4th quarter. And Portland making a change here. Phillips with the ball, picked up by Collison. The feed now to LeBron. Back to Phillips. Passes it to Bergeau. Gets the bucket and the foul. They get Lou all down.
Heads up play there, guys, on the assist and the finish.
And they now lead as the free throw drops for him.
Great job getting to the bucket and getting to the free throw line. You know, when the game's close, you want your guys attacking just like that.
59 seconds left in the 4th quarter.
Nothing's going his way since the horn. I mean, looks like he used up all his makes in the last quarter.
LeBron against Gibson. Back to Lopez. The dish to Bergeau. Clock at 6. Phillips. He's covered by Collison. LeBron drives in. Money!
Well, they're having major trouble dealing with LeBron.
Portland's gone 2 of 5 on three-point shots since the end of the third quarter. Feeds it to Harden. From downtown. Another miss by Harden.
Looks like he's just trying to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but I don't know about that shot. Smart foul there. You've got to try to extend the game.
Yeah, it's still close, but they're fighting that clock as much as the score right now.
And he cannot convert on the second. That misses. Goes up on the wing. Rebound by Brook Lopez.
Now, he thought he could knock that one down, but the defense was really all over him. Well, that just adds to what's probably an already insurmountable lead. I think they'll be walking out of here with a pretty easy victory.
Steve, I think that's a given. You always want a player to have his head up and to be surveying the court, but not if that's going to be the result.
So we see the Warriors get the win here.